Power 106, Brown Bag Mornings. Buenos dias. Good morning to you.
Morning.
And good morning to our good brother who just stepped inside. Mustard, baby.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's the deal?
Yeah, man.
I'm just stretching.
Let them pull out the tennis racket.
Do you do these types of stretches, Mustard? Are you on the tennis court this early? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I gotta.
Like a little hour.
They call me Serena Williams. I don't know if you knew that.
I gotta see you on the court.
Yeah, bruh.
Is that your workout routine?
I do both. I go like lift and then I go tennis after.
Yeah.
But yeah, every day.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like I'm finding Q was talking about how he went into golf and it was
Yeah.
very therapeutic. I love tennis, bro.
Yeah.
What got you into tennis?
I think some of my friends were just playing, and then I just went one day and I never stopped. I'm like super intense with anything I do.
Competitive.
Yeah. So then I just gotta be better than everybody.
That part.
Yeah. That's how it happened.
Do you have like a certain, I guess like a certain racket you go to? Or are you like, dude, I gotta make it the best, like give me the best of everything?
No, I use a racket. I say racket. I use a Wilson blade.
Ooh.
I got like 6 of the same.
Sounds
Or
fancy.
maybe 10.
I use a Wilson Blade X. So, I gotta one you up too, dog. No, our guy Mustard is in here because Faith of a Mustard Seed, the album drops this Friday, July 26th. You know, on Pray For Me. I love it because this is your first time rapping, Mustard.
Yeah.
And in that song, you're not just rapping, you're also like geniusing it. You're like, hey, so what I said right here was, I was talking about like faith like a mustard seed. And, I got that from Nipsey. And, but it's funny. And I love that, you're paying attention not to just what you're saying, but you want people to get it. You don't want it to go over people's heads.
It's very intentional.
For sure. Faith of a Mustard Seed, when you talked about it on that song, Pray For Me, and Nip being the one that gave that to you, and you were like, I didn't know what it meant at first, but I guess it's something for the Bible. And then I went and I researched it. Talk to me about that moment.
I think we were just in the studio one night. When he did Perfect 10, we just had a long conversation about life and stuff like that, and he was just telling me like, man, when the song's said and done, or maybe you should name. He was saying I should name that out, Perfect 10.
Yeah.
Faith of a Mustard Seed. And I was like, I already got a title. And even though, Perfect 10, the song wasn't on my album. I did that after he passed away.
You wanted something
it was a whole
for it.
nother beat, and and I went.
You
and I was
reworked
like,
it incredibly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, thank you. And then he told me that when I started working on this album, I was doing another album concept that I can't say right now because I'm still going to use it. And I was doing that, and I just started getting into a soulful bag, and then I was like, then I went and did research, and my mom's like in church every Sunday, and I went and asked her, I'm like, what is? And I looked, and I was like, okay, I get it. And then I got what he was saying, why I should name it Faith of a Mustard Seed. So
That's super dope.
Do you think that, because this is what I think about Nip, even though he's not here, I feel like he's the ultimate A&R right now.
Yeah, for sure.
There's things that are getting put in place because he started it, like he put that seed in you before he did.
1000%.
Do you trip out on that? Like even low-key seeing the stuff on the pop out where you gave him that moment, bro.
Yeah.
Like
I think it's more than just music though. I think he got I think everybody like lives their lives
according to him.
How he used to live his and what he would always preach to us. So I think everything that's going on in my life right now is like, okay, I get it. You know?
Wow.
So
I
that's
see
my
you.
gift from
I
him.
see you, bro.
It's like foreshadowing certain
Yeah,
moments of now.
1000%. Yeah.
Wow.
He used to say cleanliness is next to godliness, and that's why my house is really clean. Like Jorge would be like, "Hey, cleanliness is next to godliness." I'm like, "All right, but we have toddlers, bruh. We don't gotta be this clean." Nipsey would be
And
okay
that's
with
super
it.
hard. That's super hard.
For sure.
Did Nip ever hear you rap? Did you ever rap or like show him a song of yours that you were rapping? Because you couldn't have just started rapping. You've been keeping this in the tuck.
Have Nip? I don't know if Nip ever heard. Nah,
No.
maybe not. I know I expressed to him that one day before it was all said and done. I want to do something.
Yeah.
But I don't think a lot of people didn't hear it. My kids, my mom, nobody heard this song. I didn't let anybody hear it.
No way.
A couple of people on my team, but Jay-Z.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But like not like a lot of. I only wanted like criticism from somebody.
Yeah,
that was like,
because then it could change the way that it goes out, or even the way
or
he
how you
thinks of the song.
Like
but
when you're doing music, we can all be in this room, and for some reason, music is like a sensitive thing. So like I could play everybody a song right now, and one person, everybody could be like, I like it, and the one person could be like, and that will mess up everything in your head. I don't know what that is, but That's how it goes.
Same thing with online. And I saw you mention, like, it's just people saying the most random thing, and you're giving them access to you because you also have an account. You know what I'm saying? Are there moments where you just got to turn it away? Like, I can't let this affect my process, even my life, Mustard.
Oh, you mean like the people that just say like
just because you give them access as soon as you open your phone. You give whoever is commenting now access into your thoughts.
I try not to give people the access that I don't want them to have. You know, all the access that I have, like you look at my Instagram now, it's like just my music. I want you to know. I mean, you don't know me in that way. When you listen to Pray For Me, it's like you know what I'm telling you. Yeah. I don't tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you everything, you know.
It's like curated.
Yeah.
Curated.
And not even, but real. But at the same time, it's like I kind of want to keep my personal life.
Some stuff.
You know, I got to protect some stuff. Everything is not to be online. And the internet just really isn't a real place. It's like
at all.
Fake thing, you know, so.
Mustard, you have a photo on your Instagram, and I believe, is it your mama's house? Or it's not, it's you on a couch, and the couch is kind of covered. There's photos on the wall. Oh yeah,
that's the old house. That's the old. That's not exactly the old house, but that's what that meant.
What it looked like.
Yeah.
Where you had to go back to that time, because I'm assuming that Faith of a Mustard Seed is taking us through just what gave you faith in your life, especially throughout these past years, right? And just growing up.
Yeah. So that's like going back to the house where, you know, my mom let me make beats in the room where I wasn't making beats back then. But
is that where YG had to go sleep? Because remember sometimes
that was before YG.
Oh, okay.
That was like, you know, before I even met YG, I was DJing in my room. So that's why you see the turntables. Right. It wasn't beats. I wasn't making beats. I was just DJing. When I got to YG, I was his house in Inglewood.
Oh, got you.
But that was my mom. That was supposed to be like my mom's house.
I love it.
That seems like another like full circle moment. I know that at the pop out you spoke about how you and YG used to make music across the street from the forum. Yeah. Just tell me about, you know, that full circle moment, and if you've had any others recently.
Yeah, I think that everything is a full circle moment for me. I think right now it's like making music. Coming here.
You notice the signs.
It's like, okay, I've been here before. I feel like I've been here before.
This is your home.
So it's like, you know, just doing that, and when I'm like going to like DJ places or like I'm in the airport or something like that, people are like, man, I seen the show, and I was just like, man, you know, like just random people. You would be surprised at like how many people was actually watching that show, and just me coming from across the street there is just like, so it's like crazy. I don't even know how to put it into words, you know?
You have to listen to Pray For Me if you haven't already. And I love in that song where you talk about church, you talk about your mom. Yeah. And it's you who put your mom up on church versus it's usually like for me, low-key, my mom drive me to church. And Catholic church is different. They don't sing like how they sing in Christian churches. Catholic churches, you stand up, you sit down, you kneel, you eat this. All right. Now pray more. You're the one. Yeah. You're the one that got her to come to church.
Yeah. I was this lady named Carol. She just was like, "You want to go to church?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I went and I liked it. And I was like, "Oh, I like this." And then I got more into it, and I got baptized. My mom came, and then I was like, "Mom, you should go." And she still goes to that same church right now.
To this day,
wow.
Bruh. Yeah. Look at us,
ungrateful.
Your mom made you go to church, and you would be in the back in the parking lot trading Pokemon cards instead of being at church, dog.
Hey, you're not lying.
Now, Mustard, you said that you are loyal to the West. Like, you are loyal to the West Coast. What do you see for Los Angeles this coming year? Clearly, the setup's been put up there. The rollout is here for your album. I know how you mentioned, like, I didn't even need one crazy. But this album, you know, we just got the track list today. Clearly seeing you have a record with Roddy and LMA and all of that. Like, understanding your sound and what it's done throughout hip-hop, not just the West Coast. What is that? What are we expecting for this coming, I guess, these next few months when the album's about to pop off for real?
Man, what are we expecting? Just turn fun. It's summertime.
Still, you know?
I'm about to put my head back down and go back in the studio and just, you know, like lock in some more. I've been working on this album for like 5 years. So like, and I had so many songs to pick from, but these were the ones that was the most special to me. So when you listen to the album, it's like a feeling. Everything is like, it's supposed to make you feel a certain way, whether it's love, sadness, not mad, no mad shit.
Turns up,
mad stuff on there, but it's definitely like just a feeling. And I think for the next couple of months, I think what Kendrick just did, what we just did, it was just like it should have how can I say this, inspired everybody to just want to just
keep pushing,
go crazy,
be on theirs,
be
on theirs for sure. Does YG hit you like, hey, you guys, the way you guys lock in and you guys give us sounds to the West Coast, that's like no other duo. Like they always talk about the Dre and the Snoop correlation with you and YG. Tell me what you two have coming.
Just for Dub 3 is definitely in the works. I think it's coming next month. Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But, we were just in the studio like 3 days ago. Like we just get in the studio, and with him it's more like, I don't know. It's not like a formal thing. It's just like, hey,
it's
where
super
you at?
easy.
You at the studio?
Yeah.
All right, man, I'm about to come. And then, we did like 6 songs the other day. Like just on some random stuff.
I love how it seems like everybody's like on one accord. Like it's like everybody's getting their own space. You know, because it's like right now it's mustard time, right? And then it seems like 3 weeks or a month after YG's coming. So when it's like after that, what's next? You know what I'm saying? Like
I feel like everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
And kind of stay out of each other's way.
Yeah, Blast just dropped. I know Jason Martin came in here and talked about like everyone just knows like the drop schedule. Like, and let's make sure to support each other. Kind of to make sure.
I feel like when people see it, they're just kind of like, it's not like, I don't think it's like a talked about. We don't like talk about it. It's like, oh, okay, he's dropping this day. Okay, I'm going to move out. It's just like a courtesy thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So,
Is there any up and coming like LA artists that like you have, knowing like the LA scene that you're just like, all right, this guy's up and coming, like, I want to mess with, or I don't know, maybe sign?
I don't want to say, in my mind right now, I can't think off the top of my head.
Right.
Yeah. And I also haven't been like searching. I've been like trying to
Locked in.
figure out what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of hard for me to like.
Okay.
But I heard like, it's a song that I just heard the other day. I just can't think of it. But yeah, sometimes I don't really listen to it. Like I listen to the radio. Or maybe I listen to the new stuff that I'm doing.
Right.
But I be in like I really don't like sit.
He's locked in.
Yeah, I'll be locked in.
Fire.
All right, Mustard, like this album's coming, Faith of a Mustard Seed, and a lot of it has to do with letting you people into your life. I know you mentioned how, like, I'm very, very, like, I need to protect things at all costs.
Yeah.
But you did mention how, like, on the song, you mentioned how you're going to welcome a new baby.
Yeah.
Does that inspire you? I know you already have babies.
Yeah.
But I know that this is kind of like a turning point in your life. You have, like, a whole new chapter in your life.
That's exactly how it feels. I feel like it definitely inspires me. I feel like anybody when they had any one of their kids, I feel like it all feels like the first kid. You're like, oh my God, but you've been through it before. But
no, for me, every time I get pregnant, I'm like, oh, I gotta give birth.
I don't know that feeling.
For y'all, they're like happy, like, I wonder how it's gonna look like me. And I'm like, no, I gotta push this thing out.
It definitely inspires me. I feel like everything in my life is definitely like took a turn for the better. Everything is like fresh, new.
Yeah.
My label situation is new. I own all my stuff.
Nice.
I got a song with Kendrick.
Yeah.
So I think everything is like, it's definitely like, and my baby's doing like a couple of days. Maybe,
no way.
Yeah, maybe the same day the album drops. So.
The album and the baby dropping the same day.
That's crazy, right? Yeah.
Is there a reason you chose 7/26, July 26, or was it just fit right in the schedule?
Man, I think everything with this album, and I keep saying that, is just like faith.
It's meant to be.
Like, it was supposed to come out June.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out.
Got it.
It switched dates like maybe 4 or 5 times. It was supposed to come out last year. Like, so.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just faith, just stuff happening.
By looking at the track list, it looks like very much like the Mustard Avengers, like if there was any, are all on this project. Which I love to see. You have Blue Bucks, you have Ty Dolla $ign, Future, and then Travis. Just tell me about like if there's any other songs that were like, oh man, this one almost made it, but you'll get it soon.
That's like a trick question. I like that question. That was a good one. I mean, I had a lot of songs. I have endless amount of songs with Ty, and endless amount of songs with YG. So a lot of them was like, maybe I should use this, but this is like more a conceptual album.
Yeah.
So it's
like this feels more read up.
Any song on.
And it might feel Faith of the Mustard Seed. This
Yeah.
feels that album that I'm doing, but I'm not gonna talk about. It's like that one. I get you.
Yeah. So I'm all the songs were very intentional.
Yeah.
And it seems very soulful. Is that like part of the concept? Like,
yeah, it's just like about being from LA and how it made you feel. You think about like Lowriders and like Sunday, it's not like, it's more so like smooth and Summertime in the LBC and stuff like that. So you got a turned up section in there, but once it gets to the second half of the album, it gets like really like how can I say this? Yeah, Summertime in the LBC.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that.
Yeah, describes it perfectly.
Yeah, it's definitely driven to like being proud to be from the ghetto and stuff like that. So
Mustard, you had I think it was a visual that you posted on your Instagram, and it showed like the collection plate being passed.
Yeah.
And you put your mustard chain in the collection plate, and I was like, oh my god, where is that? Shout out. Right. Dude, what is that? Well, clearly that's probably the most that you've put in a collection plate.
Yeah.
But do you tithe like that? Is that because there's parts of that, I low key, shout out Jesus, that if you give a little bit more, you're basically investing in the karmic outcome of your life.
Karma. I mean, yeah, but do I tithe like that? I don't know. I just, that in my mind was just like, you know, when you do the right thing,
right,
good things will happen to you. And it wasn't about like flexing. It was more so like
a flex.
You can put. I mean, it is flex.
It's kind of a flex.
It's a little flex.
It's a beautiful flex.
10% of your income. 10%. Wow.
I'll put my little bracelet that's made out of like I don't know yarn in there.
Yeah. But I mean, I think I did that because you know like when you give back to people in general, that's doing doing God's work. You're doing what you're supposed to do when you know, helping people. When you pull over, when you driving on the freeway and you see somebody with a sign and they need money, you give them money. I do that all the time. You don't see that. You know, it's more so about like, you know, just doing the right thing when nobody's looking.
Without expecting anything in return either.
Yeah. And not even thinking about the karma. It's just like always have integrity and do the right thing when nobody's looking. That's why the church was empty and it was like there was nobody there to impress.
But
it was just
Sheesh. Now that you're a rapper,
man,
are people hitting you to like, hey, jump on this?
Get that verse.
Like, hey, keep the beat. Just come through.
I ain't selling verses right now yet.
Yeah. Oh, not yet. That's gotta be.
It's coming. It's coming.
One thing I also wanted to bring up is how different your rapping voice is from your DJing voice. Because like we've heard you on like certain like YG songs or Dom Kennedy songs. You already know why I'm right. And then it's like this was just like so calm and cool. I'm like, wait, who is this again?
Right.
This is Mustard. Okay.
I think it's like that because it's like I didn't want to like the first song that I did. I just didn't want it to be like no turned up, meaningless song. That was just like clubby, like
essentially it's like an introduction to you.
Yeah, it's just like man, I want to talk about something real that means something to me.
Even you on Magic on Vince Staples' record, I'm like, okay, he's saying something. Like you took that time to be like, oh no, let me get some stuff off.
That was Vince's idea.
No way.
Yeah, that was Vince's idea. He's really he's a clever guy. He's a clever guy.
When I first heard you rapping on Pray For Me, I was like, wait, this reminded me of like a long time ago. You tweeted out very shortly you singing on like an auto-tune song.
For real?
Yeah, and then you were like, don't let me play. No, I swear, I remember this vividly. You were singing, and then
what is he talking about?
You deleted it, and then it was like, but it was up for like 10 minutes maybe. It was late at night.
Sometimes I.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we all see.
I probably was.
Okay, we all see. Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, it sounded good. It sounded good.
I have to bring it back.
Sounds like me.
Yeah, sounds something I would do.
Yeah.
You know what I love when you clown people and how they dress?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're like the top tier dresser.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a time when anyone could get it. Like, you dress like.
I don't know, man. I think that, like I said, the internet is just not a real place.
Yeah.
So, like, 99% of the people that say bad things for no reason at all don't look good.
Right.
It's like,
well, don't come at me because I could really go in on you.
Like, or have crazy things on their page. And just like, all right, let's play. You know, like, it's like that. But I don't know. I think I've been a jokester my whole life. So
Mustard, you just walked in the room.
Yeah.
You see all our fits.
Yeah. Don't ask me.
It's okay.
Who got the what? Who got the best fit?
No, worst.
Who got the worst?
Who got the worst fit? He's looking. It's okay. You can pick. You can just describe it. You don't. You don't have to say. You can describe it. And Miko don't count. Do you purposely keep him looking like that so that you look so flat?
Who, Miko?
I'm kidding, Miko.
Oh my God.
Because I do that with Maximo over here.
Nah, Miko. Yeah, he's one of a kind. But I don't know. Maybe I have the worst.
Me, don't say that. Me versus Vic versus Maximo.
Who has the worst?
Yes, the worst.
all of you. Not just playing.
Oh!
I just playing.
Ouch!
No, wait.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Nobody
It's okay.
Nobody
We're all wearing free clothes. So
Me too. Me too.
Look, you came with a new song off the new album that drops this Friday, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
One Bad Decision.
Yeah.
Tell me about this song. It's with Roddy and LMA.
Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know. Those two people are like special because I just always like, those are my people.
Those are your
you
people.
know?
I
It's
found
always
my
easy.
people.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always easy to get a great record with them.
Yeah.
So,
Is it easy for even them to work alongside each other? Because they're both really great singers, too.
Yeah.
Does-
Yeah. They like.
They don't fight for it. LMA don't be like, hey, square up, Roddy and Roddy.
Nah,
like,
nah.
I want the first
yeah,
verse.
yeah.
Nah,
I want that
they,
melody.
They pretty cool. This is not the first song they did. So
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
pretty, and they both like, I don't know, like, hey, yo, do this. All right, cool. They don't. It's no like.
Yeah.
No back and forth.
Nah.
No having to block someone into the studio to make him
Nah.
record. We're talking about that with Brother Nip. Shout out Nipsey, man, because
Yeah.
he's so important to our lives just in
Yeah,
general
yeah,
out
yeah.
here in LA. I can't say enough about him. But we're talking about Nip Mustard, how at sometimes he just kind of tries to exit without
Yeah.
telling anyone, but
Yeah.
low-key you're there to make music.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember
That's how I did.
there's a story that Jorge tells me that he was trying to be like, I gotta go. I don't have my bread right now, but I
Yeah.
gotta pay some stuff.
Yeah.
And that both of you guys took out wads of cash. Be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
here's money, bro.
Yeah.
Don't
You
leave.
just gotta keep them there as long as possible.
Yeah.
Just so you make sure you execute.
Yeah,
you know.
do
Yeah.
this song, bro.
Yeah.
Sleep in here if you need to,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah.
do not leave.
But once he would do it, it would be amazing. all
Love
the
it.
time,
That's
and
so funny.
Yeah.
And-
Pretty crazy.
And shout out Roddy because Roddy, you just say, hey, go in the booth, and there he's there.
Yeah, yeah. He's pretty much like locked in. But it's Nip was just one of a kind.
Yeah.
Man. When you think about Nip, it's just like he would like go to sleep, stay there, and then or leave,
Yeah.
and then he would hit you like 6 in the morning. It's like, what are you doing up right now?
Yeah, top of the top.
Yeah, top of the top. yeah.
Mustard, you talked, I think Travis, it was tough to get Travis, and
Oh,
you kept
man.
hitting him. And a
Yeah.
lot of it is take your ego out of it, because you can be like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
DJ Mustard, but hey, I
Yeah.
need you on this record.
Yeah.
It's important to the album.
Yeah.
When we got Parking Lot, you're already setting up this album incredibly.
Yeah.
Parking Lot, then we got Pray For Me, right?
Yeah.
And now we have One Bad Decision.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roddy Ricch and LMA.
Yeah.
Why was this on this album?
Just a feeling, man. It made me feel like it's a sample in it. I'm not gonna say the sample because I feel like when you hear it, you'll know it. But
Mhm.
it just made me feel like 106 in Park days. And it's just like, watching 106 in Park and this sample. I remember watching this video on the countdown, and I was just
Shut
like,
up.
I used to love the song. So
Bro,
I
none
always
of us
wanted
have
to
heard the
redo-
song.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
wanted
Right.
to redo the sample, and
His time.
I really don't sample that much, but I want. This was one of those like, if I can nail it the way that I needed to nail it, then it would be good.
And it had to be good because he
Yeah,
put it
yeah,
on
it
the
worked.
album,
Right,
bruh.
yeah, it worked.
And it's
So
a single.
let's get into it. DJ
Yeah.
Greg C right here,
Yeah.
Power
Let's
106, One
Let's
Bad
get it.
Decision, Mustard featuring Roddy Ricch and LMA. Let's get it. Come on.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Mustard. One
yeah.
Bad Decision,
Crazy,
Roddy Ricch, LMA, Mustard.
Yeah.
Bro.
That's a vibe.
You were
Insane.
right about low-key when you said 106 in Parkwood. I was about to go ching me. But bro, you went like
Yeah.
911, like
Yeah.
Wyclef Jean with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, so you know, yeah. cool.
Yes.
That was one of my favorite songs.
Of
growing up,
course,
yeah.
incredible song.
Yeah, Wyclef and Mary J.
And you were just like, this is the perfect time. Roddy,
Yeah.
get in here. LMA, get in here.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Definitely.
Even LMA singing like, one more time.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I got a blammer.
Yeah.
Your name's going to be on it. Bruh. I'm not playing with you anymore.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Yeah.
How
Do
long
you-
have you had that idea for that song to like sample it?
Wow. I had that idea for a very long time.
Were you like praying and hoping that no one would do it first?
Yeah,
Rain.
that would suck if,
Oh my
bro,
God.
if a DJ
It's one
Khaled album
more.
came through.
Oh my God.
Bro.
It's another sample on my album that I was just like, please,
Please.
nobody,
Please
please don't
don't
think
touch
of this.
it.
But
Don't
I
touch
also
it,
don't
please.
think people are like, I don't think anybody digs that hard.
Yeah.
Anymore. I think people
Right.
just
Mhm.
sample like
Surface level, kind of. They
Yeah.
know.
They sample
yeah.
things.
Classics.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like a hidden rule. Like
Mhm.
as a producer, you don't sample stuff from like too like.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't sample like something that was like 10 years.
10 years
old.
ago.
You know,
Right.
it's
Got
like,
you,
it's
got
not
you.
tight to me at least. But
Mhm.
people do it, and I don't think that's right.
Dude, the first time, low key, and not to like, I get what you're saying, and not to call anybody out again, but like, I remember when I first heard the flip of the P.D. Pablo record, and I'm like, dog, am I that old that we're? Because when we're growing up, the samples were like way back in the day.
You wouldn't even, some of them you wouldn't even
know. It was like 20s
also,
records.
Me personally, is like respect to those people. But I don't think that's like, how do I say it? That's not like, oh wow, you know, it's like
it's kind of, you saw it work, you know it works, and that's why you used it versus challenging yourself to make something, and just even when you flip something, to flip it creatively the way that you did, like this record with LMA and Roddy. I appreciate that, because then that just shows like, bro, I'm not just trying to win, I'm trying to be a master at this.
And I definitely just want to be creative. I just want to be like, push it, you know. I don't want to just do nothing that I know certain things would work if I sample. If I sample Get Low right now, everybody be like, I
don't know why I love this song so much.
I'm still actively playing that in the club right now, so I'm not gonna like step on John's toes right now, at least.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
It's like people do the weirdest things.
Yeah, there's this song, Hot in Here. I don't know if you know it. Like, try it out, maybe. I don't know, because it's hot outside.
Right. I think somebody sampled that.
They did
already.
NLE.
Got it. Oh, what about like the Shabuzi? Because he's
that's
really
different, though.
He totally flipped it.
Song.
Different genre.
And he didn't take anything but the words from that.
Got you, like interpolation vibes. Yeah. Okay, Mustard, these songs are sounding like an elevation of your sound. You know, even when you first came through and just what you and YG did, that ratchet sound, that West Coast sound that everybody jumped on, you know, the South took it, everybody kind of just jumped on it and made it theirs. This is sounding very different, Mustard.
I think it's just like me trying to elevate it. And just be, I'm actually older, you know, a little older now. So I don't think I look at things the same or see things the same.
Then like your ratchet days.
Then my ratchet days. I still can make the ratchet stuff. But I think you're in that soulful bag. I just wanted to sound bigger and more intentional, and you know, I'm not afraid to call in musicians if I need them. You know, musicians that's better than me. You know, like I'm not afraid to like. I'm more into making like actual songs now. And not just doing things just because I'm trying to get money. You know.
I was noticing.
You can.
Noticing that.
You got
at the end of the song, I'm like, these drums sound different.
You
know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay, this is different. You could tell how intentional it was at like every single instrument.
1,000%.
Like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that everybody knows. This is not just mailing it in. Not that you did before, but it was just like, this is boom, 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 boom.
And it's all like a learning process. You know, like I try to like get better and better. You know, it's a trip. Going back to Pray For Me, he talks about like his homie, for which homie's name that went to church that did the drums? Oh, Jermaine. Jermaine was doing the drums at church. Jermaine is Carol's son. Oh, really? Okay, got you. Was playing the drums. So he was playing the drums, and Mustard wanted to play the drums. He never got to. It stayed with Jermaine. Right. But and he's like, he's the one that got it, not me. It kind of felt like a little flex, like, but I'm Mustard though. No. Like if I had done the drums, gospel would be crazy right now. No, I was saying, I wanted to, like, I went. And I seen him playing the drums, and that's what kept me going back and back and back. I always wanted to play the drums, but I just never got to because he was actually that good. You know, and I just never. But he ain't Mustard, dog. I know you, bro. You're like the flex king, dog. I wasn't. I love you. No, we got Faith of Mustard Seed. It drops this Friday. And, bro, before I let you go again, we're going to talk about, like, just the creation of the songs. I don't want to delve too much into it because you've been asked about it a lot with Not Like Us. But that song, initially, and you know how your drop hit a little bit when the song started playing. It kind of sounded like big band almost. It didn't sound like a Mustard song. Like, you know, that's why I'm tripping with that song, with this record. Did you know, like, when I'm making these songs, I'm going off of what everyone knows me for. I think whatever vibe that I'm in right now, whatever, I don't want to say vibe, whatever, how I'm hearing music these days. Not Like Us was probably like the latest beat I've made. Like One Bad Decision is old. I made that years ago. Parking Lot is a newer beat. A lot of the other stuff is kind of old. You know, like, so when I was making Not Like Us, I was just trying to make the best stuff for Kendrick. Got it. So like, this has to be elevated in a way that, and I know it still needs to be turned, and I know it still needs to sound West Coast, but I do want it to sound big. and that was I didn't have no extra musicians there.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sample here.
They don't get
me and my homeboy.
Yeah.
He sent me the sample, so I gotta give him a without that sample, I probably wouldn't have had, so he definitely sent me that sample, and then I worked it how I worked it. So,
Bro, Mustard, we appreciate everything that you do
you
for LA, for the West Coast. I love how you're like, dude, I'm loyal to the West, whatever that means. If we're riding that sundown, we're riding that sundown, all right? That's what we on. And because of you, we've been able to win so much these past few decades, dog. I know when you're like, I'm older now. Yeah, no, bro, we're so old. But it's like being able to still be relevant, being able to still create a sound, and to have people as young as like my baby's 5 years old, right? Or just the oldest OG know that that's a good record, that's undeniable, and that's priceless, Mustard.
Appreciate that.
Thank you for all you do, bro.
Thank you guys.
And thank you for coming through, man.
Most definitely, you know that.
Power 106 Brown Bag Mornings, come on.
Yeah.